Today I'll continue that chapter, discharge measurement. In the last class we discussed about the area velocity method and dye dilution technique of discharge measurement. And now the only these two, that is area velocity method and that dilution technique, is in your syllabus. These flow measuring structures in other methods are not in your syllabus. But just I'll discuss a little bit, then I will complete this chapter. This V-nuts, these flow measuring structures, different structures are there which can be used to measure the discharge. V-nuts, already all of you might have studied in fluid mechanics. In V-nuts, okay, here this is the flow, okay, the discharge expression is there, but V-nuts per rectangular nuts. Okay, so in this V-nuts or this rectangular nuts, the discharge is made function of only stage, only flow depth. Okay, means discharge can be measured only if you know this height, depth of flow. Okay, so in open channel, in laboratory can be measured. In real case, also in field also it can be measured in small streams. Okay, so discharge is made function of H. I mean discharge is expressed in terms of H. If H can be measured, then with respect to time change, if H can be measured, then discharge can be measured. We are flumes. Okay, these flumes, rectangular flumes, triangular flumes, sluice gate also is there. Okay, these are the structures which are used to measure the discharge. Discharge is expressed in terms of depth. Okay, for different time interval, the depth is measured, the depth is recorded, and discharge is calculated. Okay, so there is any control section in the flow where discharge is a function of water surface elevation. Okay, I'm not going to into deep. Okay, so next, slope area method. Slope area method, basically it uses Manning's equation. Manning's energy equation, if you apply, let this is the channel, okay, of slope, bed slope S naught, length is L. Between this section 1 and section 2, if you have to calculate the discharge here, two sections if you take, the energy line TL, total energy line, can be plotted here, and there will be energy loss. There will be two energy loss. One is due to friction of this bed, due to this bed roughness, and another head loss, that is called eddy loss. That is due to this acceleration or de-acceleration in contraction and expansion of the reach. Okay, if there is contraction of this channel or the expansion of the channel, okay, like in pipe flow, you must have studied in fluid mechanics. There is contraction loss, expansion loss, there is friction loss. So here in open channel also there will be different losses. So due to this contraction loss, expansion loss, okay, that loss is called eddy loss, HE. So there can be two loss. One is friction loss, that is due to bed roughness, another is called eddy loss. So this eddy loss can be expressed in terms of this K, one coefficient, into B1 square by 2G minus B2 square by 2G. K into kinetic head, difference of kinetic head from this section 1 to section 2. So loss between these two sections will be difference in kinetic head into the coefficient. So energy equation, if you write between this section 1 and the section 2, here it will be H1 plus B1 square by 2G. Here it will be H2 plus this H2 means Y2 plus Z2. Okay, total H2 plus V2 square by 2G plus HE plus HF. Here the HF can be calculated. HF will be H1 minus H2 plus B1 square by 2G minus B2 square by 2G minus HE. So here if you can measure this H1, means Z1 plus Y1 and Z2 plus Y2, that if we can measure, we can calculate the head difference between these 2 points. And velocity, if we can measure here and here, V1 and V2, then kinetic head can be measured. He, that is the head loss, that is the coefficient of this difference of kinetic head. Okay, so here HF once we calculate, then we can use the Manning's equation. Manning's equation says that the discharge is 1 by n A into R to the power 2 by 3 SF to the power half, where A is the cross-sectional area of the channel, n is the Manning's roughness coefficient, R is the hydraulic mean depth, which is R is equal to A by P, means cross-sectional area divided by wetted perimeter. Let this is the channel. Okay, so here the cross-sectional area of this channel and the wetted perimeter means this length plus this length plus this length. This is called wetted perimeter. So this hydraulic mean radius is A by P, cross-sectional area divided by wetted perimeter. So A into R to the power 2 by 3 SF to the power half, where SF is called friction slope. This friction slope is calculated using this equation. The friction slope is HF divided by L. So once HF is calculated, then it is divided with the length between these two sections. Then slope is calculated. Using this slope and this cross-sectional geometry, we can calculate the discharge. Okay, this N is called Manning's roughness coefficient. That is due to this bed roughness. That is called Manning's roughness coefficient. Okay, usually in practical case, this practical case means in field case, this N is calibrated. N value must be known. Okay, if we know the discharge for a particular type of channel, usually the sediments are constant. It does not change. It may change with respect to time, but with respect to length, small length. Okay, we can take then Manning's roughness coefficient usually does not vary much. Although it is varying much, nothing can be done. Means here, the N only can be calculated using the calibration. If you know the discharge, real discharge, and N is calibrated using this equation, the N is calibrated. This discharge is 1 by n into A to the power r by 2 by 3 SF to the power half. It can be written in this form K into square root of SF. Means this K is nothing but the 1 by n into A into r to the power 2 by 3, which is called conveyance of the channel. K is called conveyance of the channel. Conveyance is 1 by n A r to the power 2 by 3. Okay, this is called conveyance, and this conveyance of the channel and square root of friction slope will give you the discharge. So for this section 1, let us K1 is the conveyance of the channel, K2 is the conveyance at section 2. So using geometric mean between this section 1 and section 2, geometric mean the K is calculated, that is square root of K1 K2. So here the discharge between these two sections, it is calculated as geometric mean of mean into this slope. It means K into square root of SF or square root of K1 K2 SF. Like this, the discharge is calculated in open channel using this is slope area method. Okay, just I discussed this, although it is not in your syllabus. Next is stage discharge relationship. Okay, once discharge is measured and corresponding stage we know, then we can plot this stage and discharge in a graph. Okay, these are the point measurements that we have taken. Okay, the discharge we have measured using any of method, area velocity, dialysis technique, whatever be the stage and discharge, corresponding discharge we know. Okay, here we can plot the discharge in a graph. So this is the best fit curve. The best fit curve can be drawn. Okay, it can be plotted in Excel or can be drawn in graph paper, and this curve can be drawn in the hand. In freehand, this graph can be drawn. Okay, if it is if you are plotting this graph in a graph paper, But in Excel, if you're plotting, then you can draw a best fit line. Okay, best fit line you can be drawn. Okay, and this discharge is measured, is expressed in this form with the stage. G is the stage. Okay, Q and G. Okay, in between this Q and G, the equation is made like this, in this form. CR and beta are coefficient. A is called stage when discharge is 0. The stage when discharge is 0. That is called A, the stage at 0 discharge. Q is the stream discharge. G is the stage. C and beta are rating curve constant. These are called rating curve constants. So what we will do, we have to bring in this form the discharge and the stage. So first we have to plot this graph. Okay, in a graph, with best fit line we can draw. Okay, then we can extend this curve backward. Okay, backward we can extend, or using extrapolation method. Using extrapolation method, this A value can be calculated from the graph itself. It can be calculated either by drawing backward or doing the extrapolation of the data collected between stage and discharge. So this A, what is calculated, that is called stage at 0 discharge. Then the equation can be developed, or this fitting curve, the equation can be developed in the Excel. Equation can be developed in this form. CR into G minus A to the power beta, where CR and beta are called rating curve constant. Then a different linear equation is there, quadratic equation is there, this power equation is there. Okay, exponential equation is there. We can convert this into power form in this form. So once we got this equation, then our work is to find the CR and beta. Okay, the CR and beta can be obtained if we plot this graph between ln q and ln g minus a. If you take log both sides, it will be ln q d is equal to ln q is equal to ln cr plus beta into ln g minus a. Okay, so it is in this form, ln cr plus beta ln g minus a, which is in this form mx c plus mx, y equal to mc plus mx, in this form. So it will be a straight line. So if you plot this q versus ln q versus ln g minus a, both side means log paper, both sides log paper, if you plot, you will get one straight line. That slope of the straight line will give you the slope, that is beta. Okay, this beta is the slope of this curve. So beta can be estimated. You can estimate. ln cr is the intercept. ln cr is the intercept. Once ln cr is obtained, then cr can be obtained. Beta, you know, beta already got, cr you got. So the discharge will be this CR value into G minus A to the power beta. A you can get from here. Okay, A can be, actually here the equation, plotting of equation is not required. In here only to calculate this A value you have to plot. Only to calculate the A value. This plot you have to do between this log Q and log G minus A just to find this beta value and CR value. Okay, so here you get A value here in this graph. Okay, in this point plotting between this G and Q, and here between ln Q and ln G minus A, if you plot, you will get CR and beta. So once you get CR, A and beta value, you can develop this equation. You can write the equation that is discharge is equal to this CR 1 into G minus A into beta to the power beta. So this equation is the rating curve equation for that particular station. So it makes sense even if there is any sedimentation, erosion or sedimentation, then the means cross-sectional area may change. So there can be there may be change of rating curve. Otherwise this equation will remain same. Okay, unless and otherwise the cross-sectional area is changing. So this is about your rating curve, plotting of rating curve and development of rating curve of a particular station. So this is about what we are considering. This is steady flow. Okay, till now we have considered steady flow. I think in this in your BTech level, this the course or the syllabus should be up to this steady flow. This rating curve of this unsteady flow is actually not required. It's not on in a syllabus, but just I am discussing. Okay, this unsteady flow, how the discharge is changing with stage or a unsteady flow. Okay, here there will be, like this is this plot, this dotted plot is for the steady flow curve between stage and discharge. Okay, but here if there is unsteady flow, means one flood is coming and it is leaving. Okay, the discharge, what will happen? Discharge will gradually increase. It will reach a peak level and then it will decrease. Okay, so the discharge versus time plot will be like this. So it will increase, it will reach a peak and it will decrease. So during this increase, that is what called a rising stage. After reaching peak, it will gradually decrease. Even this decrease curve is called falling stage or retreating stage. And flood wave is coming. Now this is the river. Let after rainfall of this in the upper catchment. Okay, upper catchment there will be flow of. Let particular at this station there will be heavy flow. Gradually, if there will flow, then here discharge will increase. Gradually increase. After rainfall stops, then it will gradually it will decrease. After some time, after rainfall stops, after that only gradually the discharge decreases. So that is called the decrease of discharge, that is called falling stage or retreating stage, and this increase of discharge is called this rise of that arrival of that flood wave. The rise of the discharge is called this rising stage. So here the velocity in rising stage is more than the velocity of the steady flow for a same stage value. For same stage value, if you plot one stage, let particular this stage. Okay, here this is the discharge. Here this is the discharge. Here this is the discharge. This is the discharge of the falling stage, QM. Let QM. This is the discharge, that is the unsteady. This is the discharge of steady flow. That is, here it is taken QN, steady normal flow. Here it is in the rising stage. Okay, that is QM. So in the rising stage discharge, this is the normal discharge, this is the falling stage discharge. So here for a particular stage value, the discharge of the rising stage is more than the discharge in the steady stage, and then the discharge in the falling stage. Similarly, the velocity in the rising stage is more than the steady stage than the falling stage. So here discharge will increase. Okay, it will reach up to maximum value, then it will decrease, then discharge will decrease. So initially it was this is the discharge. After passing of that flood wave, again it will come to this, again that original discharge. Okay, that is Q naught, that is original discharge. It will again come back to this original discharge. Means after passing of that flood wave. Okay, so this is the expression that is derived, okay, between this unsteady flow discharge and the normal discharge of the same stage, that is discharge in the unsteady flow divided by discharge in the steady flow is equal to square root of 1 plus 1 by V naught V W S naught ds by dt. S naught is the channel bed slope. S naught is the channel bed slope. Okay, let this is the channel. Then the elevation difference divided by the length. dH by dt is the rate of change of stage with respect to time. Rate of change of stage with respect to time, and the velocity plot wave is the VW. Okay, so using this expression, we can calculate the discharge in the unsteady flow. Okay, so if you know the discharge in the steady state condition. Okay, so this much for today class. Okay, so here I am completing this chapter, that is stream flow measurement or discharge measurement. So in next class we will start a new chapter, that is hydrograph. The new chapter will start, that is hydrograph. Okay, thank you so much.